There exists a profound paradox woven into the fabric of existence itself. The very moment you decide to transform your life, to step into a greater version of yourself, the universe seems to conspire not in your favor, but against you. Dreams appear to crumble, obstacles multiply like shadows at dusk. The path forward becomes shrouded in uncertainty, yet what appears as cosmic betrayal is, in truth, the universe's most sacred gift to your soul. This phenomenon has puzzled seekers for millennia. Why does the path to transformation feel like walking through fire? Why do the very forces we believe should support our highest aspirations seem to test our resolve at every turn? The answer lies not in the capricious nature of fate, but in the profound wisdom of a universe that understands something our conscious minds have yet to grasp. You see, the universe operates on principles far more sophisticated than simple wish fulfillment. It functions as a vast, intelligent system designed not merely to grant desires, but to forge souls capable of wielding the power of those desires responsibly. When you declare your intention to change, to grow, to become more than you currently are, you announce your readiness for initiation into a higher order of being. But here lies the crucial understanding that separates those who transcend from those who remain trapped in cycles of frustration. The universe doesn't test you to punish or discourage you. It tests you because transformation without preparation is destruction, and power without wisdom is chaos. Every obstacle that emerges on your path is a carefully orchestrated opportunity to develop the internal architecture necessary to support your expanded reality. Consider the caterpillar entering its chrysalis. From the outside, dissolution appears to be death. Yet within that apparent destruction, an entirely new form of existence is being forged. The caterpillar's comfortable world must completely dissolve before the butterfly can emerge. Similarly, your current self must undergo a fundamental restructuring before you can embody the life you seek to create. What we're about to explore together will revolutionize your understanding of life's challenges and reveal the hidden mechanics behind the universe's testing protocols. But first, we must journey into the ancient wisdom that has long recognized this cosmic pattern. Throughout history, every authentic spiritual tradition has recognized the phenomenon of divine testing as an essential component of human evolution. The ancient Greeks spoke of the hero's journey, where the protagonist must face increasingly difficult trials before claiming their ultimate prize. Egyptian mystery schools taught initiates that divine wisdom could only be attained through a series of transformative ordeals that stripped away false identities and revealed the eternal self within. In the Hebrew tradition, the concept of nisayon refers not to punishment but to elevation. The root of this word means to lift up or to make lofty. Biblical figures from Abraham to Job underwent profound testing that ultimately revealed their true spiritual stature. These weren't arbitrary sufferings but precisely calibrated experiences designed to develop specific qualities of character and consciousness. The Hindu concept of tapas, often translated as austerity, carries deeper meaning. It literally means to heat or to burn, referring to the purifying fire of experience that burns away impurities and reveals the gold of the soul. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that challenges are not obstacles to spiritual growth, but the very means by which growth occurs. Krishna tells Arjuna that the wise person sees opportunity in every crisis and remains equipoised whether experiencing pleasure or pain. Buddhist philosophy introduces the concept of dukkha, not as something to be avoided, but as the first noble truth that must be fully understood. The Buddha taught that resistance creates suffering, while acceptance transforms even the most difficult experiences into gateways for awakening. Zen masters deliberately created situations of productive tension for their students, knowing that breakthrough often emerges from the pressure of apparent contradiction. Indigenous wisdom traditions worldwide have long understood that the vision quest, the sacred journey into the unknown, necessarily involves facing one's deepest fears and limitations. Native American elders knew that true medicine, true power, could only be earned through direct confrontation with the forces that most challenge the seeker's resolve. These traditions share a common understanding. The universe operates as a benevolent but uncompromising teacher. It provides exactly the experiences necessary for each soul's evolution, no matter how uncomfortable those experiences might initially appear. The key insight they all point toward is that resistance to testing creates suffering, while alignment with the testing process accelerates growth. Modern psychology has begun to rediscover these ancient truths through concepts like post-traumatic growth and anti-fragility. Research consistently shows that individuals who learn to navigate adversity skillfully often emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable than they were before the challenge arose. But to understand why the universe employs this method, we must dive deeper into the mechanics of consciousness itself. The universe operates according to what we might call the principle of vibrational matching. At its most fundamental level, reality responds not to what you want, but to what you are. Your external circumstances serve as a mirror, reflecting back the sum total of your beliefs, expectations, fears, and unconscious patterns. When you decide to change your life, you're essentially declaring your intention to shift into a new vibrational frequency. But here's where the cosmic sophistication reveals itself. Your current reality was created by your current level of consciousness. If that same consciousness could simply think its way into a better reality, it would have done so already. True transformation requires an upgrade in your fundamental operating system, and upgrades, by their very nature, cannot be installed while the old system is running at full capacity. This is why the universe appears to create chaos just as you're reaching for order. It's not trying to stop you. It's creating the conditions necessary for your system to shut down and restart at a higher level. Think of it as cosmic debugging. Every pattern, belief, and identity structure that cannot support your expanded vision must be identified and either upgraded or removed entirely. The testing process serves three primary functions. First, it reveals hidden programming that would otherwise sabotage your success. You might consciously desire wealth, but if your unconscious mind associates money with corruption or abandonment, that hidden programming will create circumstances that confirm its beliefs. The universe brings these contradictions to the surface where they can be seen and resolved. Second, testing develops the specific capacities you'll need to maintain your new reality. If you seek to become a leader, the universe will present situations that require you to develop leadership qualities. If you desire deep love, you'll face opportunities to heal the parts of yourself that have been closed to love. Each challenge is precisely calibrated to develop exactly the qualities your soul needs to embody. Third, testing serves as a confirmation mechanism. The universe needs to verify that your commitment to change is authentic, not merely a temporary emotional impulse. Anyone can want something in a moment of inspiration, but only those who maintain their commitment through adversity demonstrate the stability required to handle genuine power. Consider the metaphor of learning to drive. You wouldn't hand the keys to a high-performance vehicle to someone who had only expressed interest in driving. First, they must prove their competence with smaller, safer vehicles. They must demonstrate not only their technical skills but their judgment, their ability to remain calm under pressure, and their respect for the responsibility they're undertaking. Your life operates according to similar principles. The universe doesn't withhold good things from you arbitrarily. It simply ensures that you're prepared to handle the power that comes with those things. Wealth without wisdom leads to destruction. Love without self-worth creates dependency. Success without character breeds corruption. The testing phase ensures that your inner development matches your outer aspirations. But this reveals something even more profound about the nature of reality itself. The universe isn't separate from you, observing and judging your worthiness from some distant throne. You are the universe experiencing itself subjectively, creating the very tests that will forge you into who you're meant to become. This recognition changes everything about how we understand the testing process. Once you grasp that you are not separate from the testing mechanism, a startling realization emerges. Your soul has been orchestrating these challenges from the beginning. At the deepest level, there is no external universe testing you. There is only consciousness exploring its own infinite potential through the vehicle of your human experience. The tests are not imposed upon you. They are requested by the highest aspect of your being. This perspective transforms victim consciousness into creator consciousness. Every obstacle becomes evidence of your soul's commitment to your evolution. Every setback reveals itself as a setup for a comeback. The universe isn't working against you, it's working as you, employing the most efficient methods available to catalyze your transformation. But this raises a crucial question. If your soul is orchestrating these challenges, why does the process often feel so difficult? The answer lies in the multidimensional nature of consciousness itself. Your surface personality, your ego mind, operates with limited awareness and immediate gratification as its primary concern. Your soul, however, operates from expanded awareness with long-term evolution as its primary concern. Imagine your soul as a master chess player who can see 50 moves ahead, while your personality can only see the immediate consequences of the current move. What appears as sacrifice and suffering from the personality's perspective reveals itself as brilliant strategy from the soul's perspective. The ego experiences the testing as disruption. The soul experiences it as acceleration. This dynamic creates what mystics have long called the dark night of the soul. It's the phase where your old identity begins to dissolve, but your new identity hasn't yet fully emerged. You're in the liminal space between who you were and who you're becoming, and this space naturally feels uncomfortable because it lacks the solid ground of a defined identity. During this phase, the universe employs what we might call strategic chaos. Situations arise that cannot be resolved using your old patterns of thinking and being. Your familiar coping mechanisms stop working. Your usual sources of security become unreliable. This isn't malicious, it's necessary. The universe is forcing you to discover resources within yourself that you didn't know existed. Think of it as divine unemployment. The universe temporarily removes the job your ego mind has been doing so that your higher intelligence can be employed instead. Your logical mind might panic at the loss of control, but your intuitive mind begins to emerge with solutions your logic could never have conceived. The most profound tests often involve the temporary loss of what you most identify with. If you derive your worth from your career, the universe might disrupt your professional life. If you find security in relationships, you might face periods of aloneness. If you pride yourself on your knowledge, you might encounter situations that humble your intellect. Each loss is actually a liberation, freeing you from false sources of identity so you can discover your true, unshakable essence. But here's the key insight that separates those who successfully navigate testing from those who become lost in it. The test isn't about what happens to you. It's about who you become in response to what happens. The external circumstances are simply the canvas upon which you paint your evolution. The real transformation is always internal, always a matter of consciousness rather than conditions. This understanding reveals the ultimate secret of the testing process. There is no pass or fail, only expand or contract. Every response you make to challenging circumstances either expands your capacity to handle complexity or contracts you back into familiar limitations. The universe isn't keeping score. It's simply reflecting back the consequences of your choices until you learn to choose expansion consistently. Understanding the cosmic mechanics of testing transforms how you move through the world. Instead of interpreting challenges as evidence of failure or cosmic punishment, you begin to recognize them as invitations to demonstrate your expanding mastery. This shift in perception alone can transform your entire experience of difficulty. When the universe presents you with a test, it's offering you a chance to embody the very qualities you've been seeking to develop. If you desire greater confidence, life will provide situations that require you to act courageously despite uncertainty. If you seek deeper compassion, you'll encounter people and circumstances that challenge your capacity for understanding. The test and the gift are one and the same. This recognition allows you to engage with challenges from a fundamentally different emotional space. Instead of resistance and resentment, you can approach difficulties with curiosity and even gratitude. You begin to ask different questions. What is this situation teaching me? How is this experience expanding my capacity? What aspect of my character is being forged in this fire? The implications extend far beyond personal development into the realm of practical decision-making. When you understand that external turbulence often signals internal upgrading, you become less likely to make fear-based choices during challenging periods. You recognize that the chaos is temporary and purposeful, not random and meaningless. This perspective also revolutionizes your relationship with timing. The ego mind wants immediate results and becomes frustrated with delays. But from the soul's perspective, timing is always perfect. Delays often indicate that crucial internal preparations are still occurring. The universe ensures that the foundation is solid before constructing the next level of your life. In relationships, this understanding brings profound healing to the tendency to blame others for your experiences. You begin to see that every person who triggers strong reactions in you is actually serving your evolution by revealing aspects of yourself that need attention. Difficult people become unwitting teachers. Challenging relationships become opportunities for growth. Even betrayal can be recognized as the universe's way of redirecting you toward more authentic connections. Professionally, this wisdom transforms how you navigate career challenges. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, you recognize them as course corrections guided by a wisdom greater than your conscious planning. Job losses become opportunities to discover hidden talents. Rejection becomes redirection. Professional conflicts become laboratories for developing leadership skills. The financial implications are equally profound. When you understand that external security is always temporary, and that true security comes from your ability to create value in any circumstances, you become more willing to take calculated risks in service of your growth. You recognize that the universe sometimes disrupts false sources of security to help you discover your true creative power. Perhaps most importantly, this understanding helps you recognize when you're approaching the breakthrough phase of testing. Often, the tests become most intense just before a major advancement. The universe is conducting final calibrations, ensuring that you're truly ready for the next level of responsibility and power. Understanding this pattern helps you maintain faith during the most challenging phases of your journey. The cosmic secret revealed through this exploration fundamentally alters the human experience. What we call testing is actually the universe's most sophisticated technology for consciousness expansion, designed by the highest aspect of your own being to ensure that your growth matches your aspirations. Every challenge you face is evidence of your soul's unwavering commitment to your evolution. Every obstacle is proof that you're ready for greater responsibility, greater power, greater love. The universe doesn't test those it intends to leave behind. It tests only those it prepares for promotion. This recognition transforms suffering into sacred work, confusion into curriculum, and chaos into creativity. You begin to see that there are no accidents, no coincidences, no random events. There is only consciousness orchestrating the perfect conditions for its own awakening through the magnificent instrument of your human experience. The test will continue as long as you continue to grow, but they will no longer feel like punishment. They will feel like invitations, like opportunities, like love in its most powerful and transformative form. You'll come to trust the process even when you cannot see the purpose, knowing that the universe has never made a mistake in its precise orchestration of your becoming. When you align with this truth, something miraculous occurs. The tests begin to feel less like ordeals and more like adventures. You develop what mystics call the warrior's joy, the capacity to embrace challenge as the arena where your true nobility is forged and revealed. Remember, you are not a victim of cosmic circumstances, but the conscious creator of cosmic experiences. The universe is not testing your worthiness, it's proving your readiness. Every challenge is a vote of confidence from existence itself, a declaration that you are prepared to handle greater levels of authentic power. The journey continues, the tests evolve, and you expand infinitely into the magnificent being you were always destined to become. If this journey resonated with you, consider subscribing so we may continue exploring the hidden architectures of reality together.